So guys, I wanted to also just make like a kind of a quick video talking about the different countries I've worked in, and also just give you like a shot of this beautiful view here in Basra. Like, there are perks to working abroad and doing these kind of jobs, you know, but like you can come here and do this on a holiday too, you know, like you don't have to be working here to continue to do this. I will say it is kind of different living in a place than it is just visiting it. But so far, okay, I've worked in 6 countries. I've worked in South Africa, I've worked in Thailand, I've worked in America, I've worked in China, I've worked in Myanmar, and now I've worked here in Iraq. And if I were to rank the countries, you know, from like first to the last one, I would say China for me was the best country to work in. Like, I really like China because, one, I got paid well there. The benefits were way better even than here. Like in China, I got given my own apartment there, like an actual apartment. I was in an apartment building, and meaning like I could come and go as I please when I was there, you know? Here, you got a sharing a house with the other teachers. So I don't know, it's just not the same. You can't really come and go as you please. Like, I had to tell the security guard, for example, here when I was going to leave and come back. Like, and there's a curfew kind of thing. So they're pretty strict on stuff here. Also in China, they paid for my flights there and back. They paid for my visa while I was there, just like here. But in China, they didn't hold it over my head. They weren't like, if you leave or we fire you, then you got to pay us back everything. Like here at this school I was teaching at the International Academy of Iraq, they held it over my head and said, okay, if you in the contract they had it, if you quit this job or if we fire you, then you got to pay us everything back. And I thought that was just so bogus. When I realized this and I looked at the contract, like, I signed it without really thinking about it. You know, I was thinking like, okay, fair is fair. You know, they want to just make sure somebody doesn't just take off and leave without paying them or doing their job, you know. And after a while, I realized that this is actually really bogus because, you know, if the school isn't right for you and you don't feel it's a good fit, you should be able to leave if you want to, you know. And in China, I could do that. I could leave if I wanted to leave. I could have left like any time during that time and said, yeah, no, listen, this contract's not for me. Well, actually, in China, they make you sign a 2-year contract. So, but like, I could leave though if I wanted to leave back then. But then I wouldn't get my bonus salary and stuff in China. You know, that's how they incentivize you to stay. They're like, okay, if you stay for another year, we'll give you some extra money. And like, that's what they should do here in Iraq as well. They should have a 2-year contract and say, listen, if you stay here for 2 years, we're going to give you some extra money. In China, also, they liked my teaching style. They enjoyed the way I did things. They enjoyed that I was playing games with the kids. I was having fun with them. The kids are having fun. Here, they don't want me to do that. You know, they didn't want me to sing songs with them. They didn't want me to dance or have any fun with the kids. They want someone who's super strict here. Also in China, my bosses were really cool. They took me out all the time. They took me to Shanghai Disneyland. They took me to Wuxi, like the Blue Lake in China. They took me like on a lot of, and the rest of us, all of us, on like these cool field trips and stuff to look around China and see it. And also I had enough time in the holidays and stuff to go and look around myself, like go to Shanghai and go to Chengdu. Here I've had no time almost to do anything, even in the holidays. I realized like, man, I gotta just save up money, and I can't really go anywhere here. And yeah, so it made it really super boring for me. Also, yeah, China, I didn't feel like, you know, the type of paranoia I got here with the police and stuff. I've been stopped twice here by the police. I never got stopped once by the police in China, but I did get arrested there once though. The police came into the school and arrested me for not having the right visa on me and stuff. Someone like must have tipped them off or some shit. Yeah, and also China is way, way cheaper than here in Iraq. Like, Iraq is actually really expensive. The food here is expensive. I was paying probably almost $400 a month for food. And that was just basics, you know? That was like getting vegetables and meats and like a couple chocolates every week. And then like, you know, 2 bottles of soda and some fruit and stuff. And it would cost me like $100 going shopping almost. So it's actually pretty expensive here in Basra. I think it's because their economy and their currency are linked to the dollar, so it makes it a bit more expensive. So yeah, I'd rank China number 1. And number 2, I would say for me was Thailand. I really love Thailand. Thailand is also probably one of my favorite places in the whole world to live. I always feel so welcome there in Thailand. Like, I feel like it's my home away from home. Really, it's more of a home to me than South Africa is. Sure, look at these views though. So beautiful. That's just so beautiful. Yeah, Thailand's so super fun, especially if you're young and you're like in your 20s. I would definitely suggest and recommend going to Thailand to teach there if you are a teacher. Like, if you're an inexperienced first-time teacher, China would probably be the best because they will help you out the most with getting things started and everything. But then Thailand, I would also recommend because it's like a young people's type of country. It's like they like to party, they like to have fun there. You would really enjoy it. Also, the students in Thailand are super fun. Like, the students in China are really, really hardworking. But they're just like a bit more withdrawn, like a little bit more conservative than most students. Even here in Iraq, like, I found the students I thought they'd be way more reserved here, but they honestly weren't that reserved here. They were like pretty fun. They were really fun students as well here. And I'm really going to miss the students a lot here. Like, guys, I love you so much, my students here in Iraq. Please know it wasn't my choice to leave. This was the school's choice. They fired me. They didn't want me here because of my teaching style, because of me playing games with you guys and wanting to have fun with you all the time. They want a boring old teacher like Ms. Bassan to just lecture you all day and have you sitting at your desk all the time. And just repeating the same boring thing every day for you. So I feel so bad for you guys. I really feel so like my heart is breaking for them. Like, I love my students here so much. And to know that they're going to be going through that now, it breaks my heart. I think they deserve better than that, honestly. Yeah, Thailand would be number 2 for me. Also, like in Thailand, a lot of the schools that I taught at there, they'll give you a curriculum and give you not lesson plans, but like the textbook to use with the students. They'll give you some resources. Some won't though. Like the last one I taught at in Thailand, I went to like a public high school, and they didn't have a lot of resources. They didn't give me or the students' textbooks to use for my classes, even though they gave it to the Thai teachers. But they didn't give us English-speaking teachers and students any books for those lessons. I think it was like they made that class just as like a practice class so that they can get their accent right when they're speaking English. Like they learn the grammar and whatever with the Thai teacher, and then they practice speaking it with us foreign teachers. So we're just like what can I say, like a way for them to just practice what they're learning. Like they could just as well like go on We Live or on Instagram or something and find a friend on there, an English speaking friend, and talk to them on there. Like you don't even need teachers then for that. Yeah, Thailand number 2. Number 3 for me, I would say would probably be South Africa because it's my home country and I really loved South Africa a lot. And it also makes me sad that I can't live there because of the political situation there, where they got this BEE thing, the Black Economic Empowerment, where the BEE is like they will hire a black person over a white person or a colored person or an Indian person. They'll prioritize a black person. And that to me is just plain racism, bro. There's nothing else to it. It's just racist. Like, I realize what happened in apartheid and stuff, but like, man, that's almost 40 years ago now. You've almost had this system in place, this BEE thing, for the same time that apartheid was around. It's time to reverse this shit. It's time to do away with it and make it an actual equal country there. Also in South Africa, what's up, bro? See, people here are super friendly in Iraq. I love them. I really love Iraqi people a lot. Also in South Africa, the economic situation is pretty bleak. So there's not a lot of teaching jobs there. So it's like it was really hard for me to try and even find one while I was there. And I did manage to find only one position while I was there. And that was like a teaching assistant position. For a primary school, and that was just like a trial thing as well. And then I also did like a Montessori kindergarten trial thing as well, and that didn't work out. They didn't want me in either one of them. I don't know why. Fuck. All these schools don't want me to be teachers. Why? What is it about me? I just don't get it, what I'm doing wrong. Like even in America, for example, they didn't want me to be... They failed me in my final practicum semester there. Like, what am I doing that's so wrong? Is it the way I communicate with the students or what? Like, I just don't really get it, bro. I think it's because, like, adults in general, you look down on children. You see them as inferior, and therefore you have to act superior above them. And I don't see myself like that. I don't see myself even superior to these birds that are flying around, or a dog that's walking next to me, or ants on the ground, or anything. I don't see myself superior to anything. I'm equal with everything on earth, bro. Everything in the universe is equal to me, bro. That's the way I see life. And I wish you people would fucking get this point of view, because honestly, I think this is what keeps causing me all these problems. Is that you expect me to be like you guys and treat them like children, the way that you think of children. You know, like that the adult must be like domineering over them and tell the children what to do the whole time. And I hated that as a kid. I hated it when my mom and dad would fucking say, okay, you have to go to bed now. You have to fucking brush your teeth now. You have to do this and do your homework and go to school now. And everything is dictated for you. Like, fuck that, man. Let the kids sometimes decide what they want to do and where they want to go and shit. Like, yeah, maybe the kid might make the wrong choices, but then help them to guide them to make the right choices. Don't just tell them. Don't just dictate it to them. And that's what they expect from teachers today. I think that's why I keep having these fucking problems with all these schools. Because I think my pedagogy and my style of education is so much more advanced than theirs. It's like fucking centuries ahead of them, bro. It's so far ahead that they are fucking persecuting me for it. Honestly, I think that's what the problem is. Anyway, South Africa is number 3. It was fun teaching there, honestly. Like, the kids there are fun in South Africa. I also worked at a summer camp there, and that was really fun. Yeah, the number 4, I think, would be the United States. I love living there, and the kids there are also really amazing in the U.S. And honestly, the USA is what inspired me to adopt democratized classrooms, because I saw that firsthand when I was in America. Like, the one time, I remember the kids at the school, they wanted to play. Jesus, like, why do people have to have such loud fucking motorbikes in Kakadu? I remember the one time the kids, they wanted to play outside at the break time on the field. And like that day, I think they were watering the field or something like that, and they weren't allowed onto it. So the kids wrote up a petition, had all the kids in the school sign it to say they wanted to play kickball at break on the field. I went and gave it to the teachers. And I was like, man, this is how kids should be like thinking. They should be thinking democratically like this already, you know, and they should be participating like that in the classroom. And I'm such a big proponent of John Dewey's style of education. And I've tried my best to incorporate that style into my lessons. And I think, honestly, yeah, I do probably need a lot of work when it comes to my methodology, like the way that I structure the classes and whatever, and interact with the students. But to be honest, I think they're trying to make me into something I'm not, man, as a teacher. I want to be that fun teacher. I want to be the one that the kids remember and be like, I love that teacher. He was my favorite teacher in school. And I learned the most from him. And it was things outside of the lessons that I learned the most from him as well. About life, about everything in general. Yeah, then number 5, I would say probably Myanmar. No, actually, no, it would be Iraq, because it has actually decent benefits and stuff like that here. And then it would be Myanmar. Myanmar would be dead last because they had the worst salary, the worst benefits, everything. It was unsafe there. It was beautiful living there, but just so unsafe. We're back now at this camp. So this is where they have us teachers living here. They got us in these like shared dorm houses things. These were actually houses given to the construction workers when they were building that bridge I was walking over. I can even show you guys around a little bit in there. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I can't just come and go out of this place, especially at night. I can't just leave. I have to fucking stay put the whole time. Yeah, this is the house. See, there's a kitchen here. There's 2 bathrooms in the houses here, so that one is for the one teacher and the other. So they put 2 teachers in each house normally. And there's a lounge area. This is my friend and my colleagues, Vanessa and Tracy's house. They're letting me stay in here, and they put a bed in here for me. This is the other lounge. So yeah, that's the houses, guys. And that's my rankings for the countries I've taught in. I'll definitely go with China first, Thailand second, South Africa third. USA number 4, Iraq number 5, and Myanmar number 6. Anyway, guys, I'll check you later. Bye, everybody. See ya.